Yo, guys, it is All You Can Geek coming at you with another movie cast. It is your host, Corey Feinsod, joined tonight with Tony Korkanakis
Yo.
and Mike Sini.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? So, another week has gone by. Unfortunately, Jim cannot join us tonight. He was trying to, but just wasn't able to make it. So, hopefully, get him next time. But we're here now. So, let's get into what we've been watching right away here. I know, Mike, you've actually been watching something, so kick us off.
It's still just Daredevil. We've got that from last week. Of course, the new episode's coming out like now. Um, Still good. I see where they we had this cameo which all the promotional stuff was spoiling, and so
Yeah,
far the cameo doesn't make a lot of sense. It was it was basically a cameo, and I was kind of
I did
wondering
not
where they
like
would
it.
go. I was hoping there'd be more, but maybe there will be soon. Um, yeah, that character I don't know, the way she was presented, it's kind of, I mean, it's a spoiler, but it's not because again, it's all over their promotional material. But I don't know, it was this sort of off-screen, like suddenly these this SWAT team worth of these people who are the biggest threats, like insurmountable threats in the season, basically having basically a whole team of heavily armed guys with guns, like they get taken care of off screen now, like a cartoon. Um, I didn't know this character was bulletproof, so I don't really understand, but whatever. I mean, other than that, though, it still was a good episode. I just was a little skeptical of the use of this character here, and hopefully it pays off later, but I've been saying that kind of a lot about this, and now we're running out of episodes. But
How many
it's still,
episodes is this series?
I
Is it
think
eight?
it's always 8. I think it's 8.
Okay, just wanna check.
But
Yeah,
I liked where we ended up. We have a lot of tension going into this week's episode, so we'll see what happens there. I mean, it was predictable tension, but it's coming to a head, so it's good to see. Hopefully, we get an interesting sort of not resolution yet. I don't think we're there yet, but a pivot or a more explicit way to address this situation in this next episode.
I'm curious, Tony. I'm assuming you're watching this
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about this? Because there was some news that this season has dropped in viewership and hours watched by like 40 and 50%. I'm really enjoying this season. What do you think?
Yeah. No, it's a good season. I think it's definitely a step up from season one. Not to say it's perfect, but um, I think there's a lot more to enjoy about it. And I think the issue is right that we almost kind of know that things aren't going to be finalized in the
Yeah.
season because we know there's a next season. It's almost like the double-edged sword of knowing that hey, we're filming, and there are even pictures of leaks of the season three set right now with some characters and whatnot. So it's a little frustrating because you're like, okay, well, I know this character is confirmed safe
Yeah.
or whatever, or their fate, right? So to us, it's kind of like, how are we getting to that point, right? And you can kind of fill in some of those blanks there. Not to say it's totally bad, but again, it is kind of frustrating where I'll mention the boys, which I can get into afterwards, but I don't want a show to feel like it's just spinning its wheels and not progressing. Not to
Hmm.
say that Daredevil isn't that way, but it can be right. Especially the back and forth with Kingpin, it feels like oh he's doing awful stuff, and then okay, well something happens. It's like well now he's gonna do awful stuff, and it's gotta retaliate, right? One thing about this episode. So first of all, the Doctor. What was up with that? That was the strange, right? That was the last episode,
The
right? Yeah,
hug,
that was
the hug
the
that happened.
strangest. Like,
Saw that coming.
I mean, I saw
Yeah.
that coming, but that dude kind of had
The
it
You
coming
didn't.
too.
yeah,
He
the
egged that
way that
on
he was
so
talking,
bad. It was so goofy and so awkward.
yeah.
Nobody
Right,
talks
we
like
all
that.
knew that was happening, but it was like he was
I
like a sad honor too. I
I
was like,
do
what?
I do think it's it's just because everyone's afraid of this guy and no one really knows how to act around him. So
That's
I
fine,
mean,
but that is so unrealistic of a thing you would say to somebody in the hospital like that. And if I was that dude and I was scared, I would just bounce. Like as soon as that procedure was done, I'm going on vacation.
Out.
See ya.
You know,
Like that's
I,
not on
I
me.
don't.
It's not on me anymore. You know, I'd be like, bro, you're the one that gave her pineapple juice, not me. That's you. That's you.
Yeah, that did it.
that was the
I mean,
trigger, man.
I mean,
Why
you
wasn't? Why
know,
not? Who knows? He can't
There
prove it.
is
Can't
it
prove
is
it
a
either
little
way.
strange about you don't know what caused what exactly. It's physics
The other
behind it.
thing
Like I
is,
said,
you
it's
gotta
confusing.
suspend your disbelief a little bit with the fact that like, oh, he just murders someone, and it's like, oh yeah, nothing happened. It's all good. We're in a busy hospital,
It's
but
it's
nobody
what's
cares.
his name? What's his name's taking care of
Buck.
it? I
Buck.
Yeah.
forgot his name. Fuck, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I could believe something, but you're saying the top surgeon at that New York hospital, which I assume is one of the best, right? Because obviously he went there.
hmm
He's just
Nobody's looking.
disappeared right after
Well,
his
I
last.
wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if that isn't brought up soon. I feel like the wheels are coming off a little bit and
Oh,
stuff is,
100% they are.
they're gonna
Um,
start announcing like all this shit is going.
yeah,
I mean, it kind of seems like it might be happening already.
yeah,
But
100%. The wheels are are definitely smoking at this point. It's just kind of like okay, I guess we're just like Corey said, you
We're
gotta
here.
suspend
Yep.
your belief. Um, but the other thing is, there are definitely plans for what I'm assuming is next season, such as the psychologist, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think they're trying to hide it at this point anymore. Which
There is a female version of that character
yes,
in the comics, so yep.
yep, so it's happening.
that scene. So I'm watching this a lot of the times, like holding a baby while my wife sleeps right now. So she woke up during that scene between Buck and her. She woke up and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "It's Daredevil." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry."
Yeah,
Because that was a strange scene.
but yeah, people. Buck is into some. I'm not kink shame, but he's in some shit. Like, cool, show me. It's like, oh, all right. I guess we're just getting freaky now on Disney Plus. One thing I did really enjoy about this episode was Fisk didn't talk at all until that Matt Murdock showed up as Daredevil.
Hmm.
That was the first line of dialogue, the whole episode, through the funeral, through the hospital scene, through all his people coming to him, talking to him about stuff. Didn't say a single word, no lines of dialogue until Daredevil approached him. Um, and I do have to say that was a great conflict where Daredevil's trying to be like, this needs to stop. Like, let this be the end of it. And we all know, right? We all know he's not
No,
that way,
of
right?
course.
He's just a big giant man baby, like a lot of political figures can be in positions of power that don't like to be told what they can or can't do. So of course we have that fight scene, and I'll say there's obviously some symbolism there when he threw Matt into the very painting that he bought from Vanessa that sparked their relationship.
Yeah.
And you could see him
Mhm.
kind of look at that, and to me, I'm like, well, okay, well, you're just destroying everything that you loved. You would
That
think this would
mattered,
be
yeah, to
right.
you.
You'd think
Mhm.
this would be like an awakening moment, but we'll see if it is or not.
No, I really like that scene between the two of them. But to your point earlier, Tony, like the fact that they just kind of keep spinning their wheels a little bit, you can definitely see that here and there. Especially, it's like Karen even kind of points it out. It's
Yeah,
like you're killing the wrong people and you're
yeah.
letting the wrong people
You
live.
keep
It's like,
choosing the wrong people. Yeah,
yeah, it's like just yeah,
Yeah,
we're just doing this again and
and
again and again,
and it's so
and it's
true.
like
and
yeah, we're kind of speaking my thoughts here too.
but I do go back to how I think it needs they need to prove Daredevil right at some point. They haven't yet.
Yeah,
Um, it's
Hmm.
it's almost like I think a lot of shows or even movies, more TV shows, I think, are guilty of just assuming we're going to side with the protagonists because they're protagonists. So they build up really great cases to make them wrong about everything. Like it happened with Rick in The Walking Dead, or whatever his name was, Lennie James's like pacifist character in The Walking Dead too. Like we're gonna keep people alive. It's good. It's and then like it never pays off. It always blows up in their face. It's just like, oh yeah, but we're gonna follow them because they're the main character. But when you build up too much of the like plot or narrative argument
mm-hmm.
against them, even if that just makes your main character seem stupid.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I hope they sort of like beyond just the morals of like just because it's right, like it needs to like work out
Yeah.
once.
no, I totally
Uh,
agree, and it's definitely at that point where, to me, it's the whole Batman and Joker thing. It's like, bro, yes, I believe in rehabilitation, I believe in second chances, I believe in all that stuff, but there's a line. At some point, there is a line where it's just, okay, bud, you clearly have not learned any lessons. You have not reformed at all. You have not tried to redeem yourself at all. And we keep going through these motions. How many chances do you need? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many times, right? And you just got to do it, man. You just got to do it. What is the point of keeping this character around so he could continue to hurt and murder and, steal, all that crap? And it's just, it's to the point where it's unrealistic now, where it's, you know,
yeah.
everybody's like, just kill him, just kill him, just kill him. And no, no,
And like
no. Like,
he's let people die before.
yeah,
It's
yes.
not like he hasn't allowed people to die. So it's like
That
he could have allowed it to happen. He doesn't have to save them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
that
he
was
went out of
also
his way to stop Bullseye, and so it's like what I don't know.
there's also a little bit of I mean, I don't remember exactly all of their dynamic from earlier, but the previous episode where we have Matt being more hardline versus, in a flashback, I'll say, versus Foggy. I don't know if he was really like that, but it seems like that was just done to be like, oh, this is why this is his lesson. He's holding on to harder now. But I don't know if he ever was really the one of them that was just like, yeah, we should kill people sometimes or let people
Mm,
die when they deserve it. Because yeah, he's
I
not
definitely
quite
think
that
he
way.
was. I can't remember the specific moments, but I could have sworn that was one of the big things of season 1 or 2 where Foggy is like, you can't just, especially when Punisher showed up, it's just like, oh, you can't just be doing. And one of my favorite lines of when he first met um, Frank was when Frank told him, "You're just one bad day away from being me," right? It's like, oh,
yeah.
like yeah, that's super true. But there have been so many bad days. I'm not
Yeah,
saying to do
and
it
it's
to
also
Yeah.
everybody, but Kingpin. I mean, really, like, who's gonna
There's
miss him?
some bad days that could be worse
Who's gonna
days.
miss him?
I
Vanessa's
mean,
dead already. Who's gonna miss him?
but that is also what Joker says to Batman in this. So just one
Yeah,
bad
but
day away from
Frank says
being
it
me.
first, I believe, in the comics. I
I don't.
think.
Is
I'm
that
pretty
true?
sure.
I'm not sure. That's a pretty old story.
But
Um,
but there are two more episodes left. I did look it up. They're titled The Hateful Darkness and The Southern Cross.
interesting.
Oh, we shall see.
I
What
mean,
else, Tony?
Oh,
it's
Oh,
still good though.
I will say the one other scene I wanted to point out that was ridiculous that actually had me going like, oh shit, was when the bad agent goes, "I knew it was you, you Frodo fuck,"
oh,
and just murked. I was like, oh shit,
God,
oh my
that
god,
was merciless. Yeah.
like just
I'm
so
trying to remember
brazenly
that.
too, out in the open. I know it was
Yep.
at night and there's a crowd and
And then he's like,
couples.
"Oh, the whatever resistance people killed
Yeah,
our guy." I was like,
that's like, oh
oh.
my god. So
I knew at some point they were gonna do something to like trigger it so they could be the ones that
oh,
to like self
absolutely,
defense.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
air quotes
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Mm.
I
So
just don't understand that guy because I don't know, especially when he's like, "Oh, here's my key card." I'm like, "Yo, you need to kidnap me, man. Like, I can't go back there anymore."
right. Yeah, you need
Especially
to beat me up a little bit and hold me for a while.
yeah,
Like,
like hold me
yeah,
hostage, whatever. Beat me up, bloody me up, put me in the like, don't mean the hospital, right?
Yeah, he did hit him hard
Yeah,
once.
but the fact that that guy, I'm forgetting his name, gave him, he's like, "Oh, I think you dropped this." That to me, what my alarms have been like. I'm not feeling too. I need to use the restroom
oh,
before this raid. So, yeah, crazy sequence. So, hopefully these last 2 episodes are good. But the other thing I watched is Boys. That talk about this is the last season for that series, and this most recent episode was the definition of just spinning their wheels. Where do you guys care at all if I talk a little openly? Like not
I'm not.
spoiling.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Not I
I
don't
don't see
care. Just
myself
obviously
ever
if there are
watching
people
this
that
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
again.
Give everybody an opportunity. It's not talking anything specific, but the general plot of the season continued on is the boys are trying to develop a virus that can kill soups, and they tested it on what's his name? Homelander's father. What was his name? Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't kill him, but it kills other soups. And they're like, oh. And they figure out, oh, because he had the first generation of V1, which
Hmm.
apparently is better. So Homelander's like, oh, I want some V1 so I can be immune to the virus. So everybody is trying to get to this one area that supposedly might have V1 left over. So the whole episode is them exploring this old abandoned facility, and the plot is just so stupid. We're like, oh, there's like toxic spores. I posted the pictures in in the general chat where it's like, oh, there's toxic spores that are making us angry at each other, and somebody's like, oh, like, so it's like The Last of Us, and it's like, no, that would be whatever the other Walking Dead. And like, no, I'm like, Jesus Christ, here, what are we doing? But the whole episode, nothing happened of consequence at all. It was just we just wasted 45
Spinning our
minutes together, and
wheels,
I'm like,
looking for something. Yeah.
it's like, come on, man. We only have a couple episodes left, and you're doing this shit, but whatever. And then Invincible had their season finale, and that was fantastic. I really am enjoying Invincible a lot. I think they've made a lot of changes. Not a lot of changes, but the changes they have made to the source material, I think, are for the better. Because again, going back to like Scott Pilgrim or Evangelion, where the creator has now had time, a decade or 2 decades, whatever, however long it's been, to reflect on how they approach things. And Robert Kirkman has even come out and said, because stupid chuds online are like, oh, you turned this one character into a girl. And he's like, well, yeah, when we did the series, we were both like, mid-20s or something, and we didn't have the, optics to look and realize, oh, everybody we're making is basically a white dude. Like, so we, decided to change it up a little bit. But the changes they're making are for the better. It's made it more interesting. And in contrast to The Boys, the finale for this really kind of left the hero in a way where he won, but also lost, just to keep that
Hmm.
very cryptic. But yeah, hopefully the next season we don't have to wait too long on, because I think he said they're planning on like 9 seasons or something for the whole series, which I think they're only on season 5. So we'll see if we can get there. Hopefully,
Hmm.
knock on wood.
Nice. Well, as for me, I caught up on more anime. I think I talked about some last week with the follow-up
Yeah, Full
to
Metal. Yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist, Demons. What was that called? Always forget the name of it, but it's like, hold on, let me just look. Demons of the Shadow Realm. That was it. That's great. I had another episode this week. I'm kind of just been watching it as it's coming out, which is nice once in a while to do. But I do prefer to just binge my anime. So
yeah,
we'll
yep,
see. I might just kind of take a break from it a little bit. But I've been doing that. I picked up another one, which is another new one called Marriage Talks. I think I mentioned it to you, Tony,
yeah,
not on the podcast, but that one's fun. Like it's just this like poison master. Like he's head of this no, he's a master of the poison family. There's like
yeah.
different assassin families out there, and so he's like the poison master. And his thing is he can't inherit his
Unless he has a
role
kid.
as
Yeah,
the yeah, as the head of the family
right.
unless he gets married. And he doesn't want to get married. He has no social skills. Like his whole life he's just been like training to be this poison master. So he doesn't know anything about like socializing with girls or anything like that. And then he like meets someone whose whole thing is they con people into marrying them and then like take all their stuff. And so
Yeah,
he's like, you know everything about this, like help me find a wife. And so it's like the hijinks between that like relationship, but then also the action sequences. There is a lot of action in this that's very well done too. So it's a good combination of comedy, action, and a little bit of like heartstring pulls here and there. It's like, oh, this
mm,
guy, he just wants love. It's all he wants.
yeah,
But he's this like deadly assassin. So that's been fun also, and that's called Marriage Toxin,
yeah. I think
which
Ian's
is
been watching it.
pretty
He
good.
said this similar. He's enjoying that.
Yeah. So yep, that's pretty much. Oh, and Maul. Oh, so Maul's so good. Oh my gosh, it's it's a great show. Star Wars show on HBO. HBO. What the heck? Disney Plus. I don't know where. I was looking at the our
Me
chat and
too.
I was like,
Soon it'll be the
HBO's going
same
to
thing.
HBO Max.
Let's give it a few
Disney
years.
Plus. Yeah, Star Wars show. So, all right, guys, let's get into some news and then we'll wrap it up here. Probably got a short one for you tonight, but we do have a little bit of news. The Mummy movie that's coming out actually got moved from its original date and is now going to come out in October, which makes more sense. October of next year, though,
Mm-hmm.
2027. And with that move, it looks like it moves the Miami Vice movie that stars Michael B. Jordan, who's very popular. And what's the guy's name? Austin Butler. Yeah, Austin Butler is the other guy who is going to be in that movie. That's going to get pushed to May of 2028. So these movies are not coming out anytime soon. Just some moving around there with that.
Shuffling. Yeah.
Um, as far as other things happening in the movie world, we had some Warner Brother Discovery shareholders are overwhelmingly positive or approve the Paramount takeover here, merger, whatever
Yep.
you want to call it. I mean, I guess
I
it's
think that
if
I
they
read
can
a
make
while.
money,
I
right?
think I read a while back they're like legally obligated to approve anything that makes the company money. So they kind
That's
of
the
had
board.
to.
That's the board. This is the
The board.
shareholders. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just so weird this whole thing. Like it was. Oh, it's crazy because Netflix, I just
Yeah, I was
learned,
gonna
is
say
also.
apparently has been doing like ninja shit in the background trying to sabotage it.
Yeah, so it's just like this whole thing is just weird. How Netflix originally is gonna get them, and then um, now Paramount's taking it. So it's like, what is going on here? And now Netflix might be doing some shady stuff. But also, actually, Netflix is the number one streaming service for anime that took over
For Crunchyroll.
for
Yeah.
over Crunchyroll, which is exclusively anime. So
Yeah.
in a lot of countries, that is not every country, but most countries. Cool. And then Mike, you had something that you wanted to mention here because you heard a
Yeah.
rumor,
Well,
or
I,
some,
I
not
actually
necessarily
have a link.
rumor, but
So as the first light James Bond video game is coming out within a month, now there's more like theatricals rumors heating up. Well, not heating up because rumor has it, the next Bond movie probably won't be around until 2028 at the earliest, because they still haven't cast their James Bond. But Lennie James, who I mentioned, and I forgot his name, Morgan, that's his name in The Walking Dead. That's right.
hmm.
He's one of the actors, obviously known more for screen than video games, who is in First Light. He suggested that it would be foolish to not include the star of First Light, Patrick Gibson, as one of the at least one of the people, one of the candidates for the next James Bond. Um, so it's got a few people thinking, it's like, do we want a unified video game movie universe? Do we want
No.
a 30-ish year old James Bond? Um,
Well, it
I'm
sounds like
not
they're going
sure.
young, so
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they are with the game. We don't know anything really about the movie. Um,
you know,
so I don't know if you guys. I don't know him from anything else other than just looking
I
at the
don't know
promotional
anything
stuff
else.
for the game. Um, he seems okay, but not. It's not really the vibe I would choose for a James Bond. I don't. I know Tony, you don't really care about James Bond, and I don't know if you guys have any horses in this race or anything, but
I
it
mean,
wouldn't be terrible, but I don't. It's not
it'd be
my
interesting.
preferred. My
I wonder if they
preferred
would
Yeah.
video.
canon if he got the role, would they like make that canon as far as
I mean,
his
They would have to, I would
backstory?
think.
I don't really care about the casting. Like, for me, a Bond movie lives or dies on how good it is to me. Like, I don't care
Yeah.
about legacy. I don't care about honoring the past. You know, whatever. Like, if the movie's good, I like it. Like Casino Royale, great. Um, what was it? I forget one of the other.
Quantum of Solace, terrible.
The ones that
Quantum,
are
yes,
bad.
Quantum Solace, absolutely terrible. Like, to me, it doesn't matter who the Bond is. Well, you know,
Hmm.
it's like I know they're capable of being a good actor. What's his name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. Thank you. I was like Craig. I was like, that's his last. I was like, yeah, yeah. So it was great. Daniel Craig was great in one, but it wasn't good in the other because it was a bad movie. Like, so for me,
Yeah.
the casting, it's
No,
like,
and Mission Impossible has been doing it better. Like
yeah,
so it's like you gotta step up your game here a little bit, Double O. And I wonder. I mean, do you think they'll actually cast someone as James Bond that's not a white male?
No,
I'd
I
like to see
don't.
it, but I don't think they
It's
will.
Hmm. I think it's possible, but I do agree that they'll probably end up casting a white male. So, not that it's like that's the character, but it'd be interesting to see if they, because there was rumors back when Idris Elba was very hot
Yeah.
as an actor, and like that would have been interesting. But he's a little older now, so and there was like a female Bond like rumors a while ago, so we'll see. And I got one more thing for you guys, which was the Django slash Zorro crossover movie
So random.
potential.
So weird.
It's It is such a weird thing, but it's in the works. And Quentin Tarantino, who directed Django Unchained with Jamie Foxx, I was gonna say Jamie Lee Curtis for a second there.
Jamie Lee Fox.
um, has given Sony his blessing to develop it with that character. Because you didn't need to use that character if you wanted to say a Django movie, but I guess you're using that Django specifically, and then a Zorro. Interesting pairing there.
Fuck Quentin.
Seems weird.
Yeah.
Um, and everyone's down on everything that Quentin Tarantino has done lately now. But he won't make any more movies. At least that's what he says. Is he still working on his last movie? Is that what he said? But it hasn't come
Who
out yet.
knows? He's been saying that for a long time, so
Probably too busy looking feet.
People are mad at him ever since he talked shit about Dano.
you know.
Which is
See it.
still, I think, it's one of the funnier random feuds I've ever seen in Hollywood. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That the guy that played the Riddler in the Batman.
Yeah,
That.
Paul Dano,
Mhm.
Well, no, it even started before
sort of.
that. Like the whole shit with his portrayal of Bruce Lee in what was it? The Western.
Yeah, yeah. Once Upon a Time in
Once Upon.
Hollywood. Yeah,
Yeah.
people didn't like that either, but it wasn't. I mean, people were like, "This is bullshit," but it wasn't the like the shitstorm of him going after Paul Dano.
I'm just saying he is known for saying
He
controversial
started
shit,
it like
and
there.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. But
I don't give a
all
fuck
right.
about him. He doesn't make
Yeah.
enough movies for me to care.
Exactly. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us in the movie cast this week. Thank you for making it this far. If you could, subscribe, hit a like. We have these up on YouTube, usually the day after. We stream them live on Tuesday nights around 8 o'clock ish. Sorry, it was a little late tonight, but we do have a movie cast coming up right after this if you're here live. If not, again, catch us on YouTube, podcasts, wherever you listen. Like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.